Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings. The last live I did was cut short, and I apologize for that. Some malfunctions with my laptop. But with no further ado, I'm going to get right into this lesson. This lesson is a very powerful divine lesson. It is the mathematical revelation that I received from the Creator on November 4th, 2016. And since receiving this revelation from the Creator, I have went on a journey of giving this information to the different Hebrew camps and even our brothers and sisters and the elders here in Israel. So this information has come across to many of our people, and they are aware of this information. And I have yet to give this information fully to everyone of the public. It is only available with a few brief videos on my YouTube channel and on the debate with me and the brother Young Pharaoh. So with no further ado, before anything happens with my video or gets interrupted, I'm going to go right into this lesson of the mathematical discovery at hand. And it is concerns to the Most High's time. And so, if we know all about the Bible, right, we know that first off, I want you to understand, I need everybody to be able to participate in this message. Get you a pen and piece of paper, write down this information. And if you already know that the year is 364 days, please write that in the comment. Just type 364. I want that to be understood so everybody that end up watching this and see in the comments that we are on one accord. Hopefully this information will be able to help bring forth the children of Israel together under one accord and understand that we can be one body and one sound with truth, and let it shame all evil understanding and lies. So when it comes down to the Bible, right, we know that the number 7 is a very divine number. There's a number of completion of the Most High. And in fact, it is used more times than any book has used it ever in history. All right. The number 7. So this number 7 is a very key number that is outlined throughout all of the scriptures. It is found in many places all throughout the Bible. And we also know that it has started the basic foundation of 7 days in a week, right? So here's are some few examples of the number 7 being exhausted throughout the scriptures. And we are in the end times. The book of Revelation completely outlines the number 7 in a lot of different ways. So why does this matter? What are we getting to with this? Once again, if you know that the year is 364, please add that. But I'm going to get you a basic simple math question here. I'm going to ask you a basic simple math question for all those who are keen to math. Now, when you grew up and you went to school, if I asked you how many days were in a year, what would be the natural answer that everybody would say? Don't write it in the comments. Say it to yourself. 365, right? Everybody, if I asked you how many days are in a year, you would say 365. That's what that's what science teaches you. And every leap year, you have 366 days, which is every 4 years. So this is basic math that I'm asking you in the basic science that you are taught in schools. You understand? So if I was to also ask you how many weeks are in a year, what would be the natural common answer that everybody would give? Based on your school education? 52 weeks. We all know that there's 7 days in a week, right? Okay, so we're looking at what science says on one side, and on the other side, we're going to do the math of this. If there's 52 weeks in a year and there's 7 days in a week, can everyone, who have a calculator, do this basic math and do 52 times 7 and see that this gets you the answer of 364. And once you see that it gets you 364, but this is the basic understanding that they give you in science, that the year is 365 and there's 52 weeks in a year, then you must ask yourself this question. Why do we have 3 different numbers on the screen to outline what is the math of a year when we have 364? Once again, if you know that the year is 364, please put it in the comments. Just type 364. Now, as we look into this, does the Bible have anything to say about the year being 364? Does the Bible have any scriptures that we may have had hidden or lost from us that let us know that the year is 364? Well, maybe they do. So let's look at this. The book of Enoch and the book of Jubilees, which was found in the Qumran caves. You understand? These books were found in the Qumran caves here in Israel. And as a matter of fact, as of today's time, you have the Jewish people who are trying to promote the book of Enoch as a book to read. Now, here in the book of Enoch, chapter 72, verse 32, it reads on this wise. On that day, the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and the night is equal to the day, and the year is exactly as to its days, 364. Enoch, chapter 74, verse 12. And the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance nor delay their position by a single day until eternity, but complete the years with perfect justice in 364 days. Lastly, the book of Jubilees, chapter 6, verse 32, reads on this wise. And command thou the children of Israel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days. And these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts, for everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast. Now, as I'm reading those scriptures for you, for those who are already aware of these scriptures, you understand the book of Enoch and the book of Jubilees are two witnesses that verifies by written word that the year is 364 days. Now, why is all this important? Why is this leading up to this mathematical discovery that I'm about to show you? I want to show you something very unique with what numbers can do that man cannot influence. You understand? This is very important for you to see. Please take notes and write this down for your own eyes so you can see and you can share this with others. Again, for those who are watching, I will continuously say, if you know that the year is already 364 days, this is going to be great fruit for you to understand what I'm going to reveal for you. And please type it in the comments. So this is something very unique with what 364 does. Now, before I get into showing you what this does, right? When I was given this revelation by the Most High on November 4th, 2016, this was the paper that I started to write this down on. I want you to keep in mind and understand that this information that I'm about to show you has never been discovered before. It was sent to me from the Creator, and you will not be able to Google this information. You understand? And you will find that after you've seen what I revealed to you, that no person will be able to deny the math that I'm revealing to you. It is a weapon that you can use, an intellectual weapon that you can use once you fully see the basic of understanding that I'm about to reveal to you, sent from the Creator on high. Now, I wrote this down. The Creator had me write on a piece of paper. He had me number my paper from 1 to 12, for 12 years. You understand? And so what the basic question that came to my mind was that he put into my head was 1,000 years to a day. We know that the scriptures say that the Most High's time compared to us is 1,000 years to 1 day. So when I thought about this and it was put into my mind for meditation, I'm thinking in my head, why am I thinking about this? 1,000 years to a day. So then I started to think about it literally. Okay, well, if 1 day is equivalent to 1,000 years that the Most High can operate, I started to think about, well, if it's 7.5, billion people on the planet, give or take what they say. If hypothetically everybody was to pray to the Creator at the same time and ask for something, then mathematically he could answer everybody's prayer if he has 1,000 years in 1 day to do so. Logically speaking, right? This makes perfect sense. So then I thought about how long 1 year would be for the Most High's time. If 1 year for me, I already understood was 364 days, then I come up with the understanding that is equivalent to 364,000 days for the Creator. And so he had me write this down just to see what that looked like, right? And so as I started to write that down on a piece of paper, I started to also count the numbers across. Now I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is what that looks like. When you take 364 and if you was to number your paper from 1 to 12, please number your paper from 1 to 12. Get out a piece of paper and number your paper from 1 to 12 for me so you can see this with your own eyes. I need you to be able to demonstrate this on a piece of paper and look at this for yourselves so you can understand what you're truly seeing. And so you can share this with other people and show them the importance of what you're looking at and what has been discovered in this divine time. So when you number your paper from 1 to 12, you can number it all the way to 1 to 14. But when I first did this, I numbered my paper from 1 to 12 according to 364. And this is what you get. What you're seeing here is 12 years, 14 years, using 364 days as your number of days that you have lived in a year. Now, on this side, these numbers that you see right here is the final calculation of adding these numbers across. To the left, this is the demonstration. So where you have 364 days equals 4, this is translated by using 3 plus 6 plus 4, which equals 13. And then 1 plus 3 equals 4. Okay, that's how you get 4 for 364. Same for year 2. You have lived 728 days. 7 plus 2 plus 8 equals 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Okay, that is the basic format of how you get these numbers that you see going down on your screen. Now, it just so happens that when you see this come out like this, once you see on your paper, when you write this down and you see this come out like this, you will get these numbers in this pattern that will appear. Okay, these numbers in this pattern sequence will appear. So this is a count from 1 through 12 on your paper if you was to do this. Now on 1 through 12 on your paper, you will see that these numbers come into this unique order and in this unique pattern. And after the number 9, you will see that this pattern starts to repeat itself as it did up top, 4, 8, 3. So when I first seen this, I was completely shocked that I seen intelligence. You understand? I seen mathematical intelligence that had nothing to do with man, right? So this is what's going on here. When you take 364 and you see this pattern going down, I'm going to show you how this lines up with the scriptures, because only 364 can do this. So if you pay attention clearly, you will see something very powerful that starts to happen and perform from this situation. When you read now, as I go into this, what the scripture showed me, when the Most High showed me this pattern, right? When he showed me this divine pattern, first off, let me show you this pattern because I got to make sure you understand what you're looking at. I got to give you a chance to see what you're saying. I need you to write this down. And once you see this, this is what you're looking at. So you're looking at 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. Okay. And so when you see this pattern like this, according to the day, these are the days in the year. So your first year is 364 days. Your second year of life, 728 days, so on and so forth. These 9 numbers will appear and they will never change. They will start to repeat after the 9th year, and every 9 cycles they will repeat. So what you're seeing is no number here appears twice. Okay, when you look at these 9 numbers, no number appears twice from 1 through 9. Also, you will see that they are in a unique order. So 4, skip the 8, 3, skip the 7, 2, skip the 6, 1, and then the 9. So you have 4, 3, 2, 1 in order, just skipping one number. You understand? Then if you start from the 8, you see 8, 7, 6, 5. Then the 9. So you see 8, 7, 6, 5 in order, just skipping one number. So these are 2 specific orders of numbers in one pattern that is completely unique. I need you to understand this and what you're seeing here. Okay. So when I seen this, when the Creator showed me this, I noticed that, okay, in the 7th year, this number, if I wanted to order this pattern from 1 to 9, in order and put it in order. I would start from 1, right? I would start from 1. And so it just so happened that the 1 is at the 7th year. It appears at the 7th year in this pattern. That's very unique. So I knew that was not by mistake. You understand? I knew that was not by mistake, that the number 1 fell on the 7th year according to this pattern. So that made me pay more attention to it, right? Then I remember, okay, this has to have some significant meaning. Where it just so happens that in the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18 and 19, Yeshua read from the scriptures at this particular time, and he read from the book of Isaiah 61, verse 1 and verse 2. And it reads on this wise: The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. Verse 19, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And this is when he closed the scriptures. Now, in my Bible has precepts at the end of the verses to kind of put you to, what this may mean. So in my precept Bible, it takes you to Isaiah 61 and verse 1 and verse 2. Now, when you go to that, it reads the same scripture over again, right? So, but at the end of verse 2, when it says to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn. For me, I was saying, okay, so what's this acceptable year? This was the hint pointing to this mathematical pattern. So in my book, it references you what the acceptable year of the Lord is. It takes you to the book of Leviticus, chapter 25. Okay. Now let's go to Leviticus chapter 25. It goes to verse 9. But we're going to read before that. On the top of my book, it gives you titles for each of the chapters and the pages. So on the top of my book, for Leviticus chapter 25, it tells you the year of Jubilee. So what is the acceptable year of the Lord? The year of Jubilee. Well, what is Jubilee? We never heard too much about this Jubilee. We haven't heard Christian churches talk about the Jubilee. We don't hear too many people speaking of the Jubilee. So what does the Bible say about the Jubilee, and how does this factor in with this math that I'm showing you here? Well, we're going to read right now what this means. The book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4 says this: But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. Verse 8, and thou shalt number 7 Sabbath of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Now, what are you seeing right here with this 49 years and the 7 years? This is instructions from the Creator. He's telling you right here, but in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. Now, what happens when you use this mathematical sequence? This is a counting of 49 years using 364. Brothers and sisters, I need you to pay attention to this and pay attention to this very clearly. What you're looking at here is a divine mathematical revelation that cannot be denied. You understand? This cannot be denied. This information must be shared with everyone that you can possibly share it with. Now, using 364, and you add up this all the way to 49 years as instructed according to the book of Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4 and verse 8. If you start at the 7th year, you will see that the number falls on 1 for the first 7 years. You count another 7 years to your 14th year. As you can see that the pattern will never change. As you add up all of the numbers across, you will get this same 9 number sequence that will never change. But in years of 7, something happens. At the 7th year, the number equals 1. At the 14th year, the number equals 2. At the 21st year, the number falls on 3. At the 28th year, the number falls on 4. At the 35th year, the number falls on 5. At the 42nd year, the number falls on 6. And at the 49th year, the number falls mathematically on 7 using basic math. You understand? 3 plus 6 plus 4 equals 4. This is natural math that no man can have anything to do with. I need you to understand this. This is very important for you to see. So with this mathematical revelation that you're looking at right here, I need you to understand that if you were to ask anybody how many days are in a year, if this doesn't matter to them, I'm going to show you how the Most High is perfect, and he has put math according to his word to prove how perfect he is, because only 364 days can do this. So understand this. This is a mathematical precision of the counting of 7 Sabbath a week of years right here. This is how it looks like when you order it according to sevens. You understand? Look at this. This is perfect. And let's read the scriptures again. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. Okay, in the 7th year. So we count from 49. We count 49 years. In your 7th year, this is your first Sabbath of rest to the land. You have lived 2,548 days. When you add up all of these numbers, that equals 1. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 8. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbath of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years. And the space of the 7 Sabbath of years shall be unto thee 49 years. So here is your 7 Sabbath week years in order, counting up to 49 years. This is just basic math, all addition, all simple addition. At your 14th year, once again, the number falls on 2. If you line this up in sevens, do this on your own paper, you will see what comes out. And it comes out like this. That at every 7 years, the number of this divine 9-number sequence, it orders itself 1 through 7 perfectly up to 49 years. You understand? And at the 50th year, we are to hollow and start this count over again. Why is this important? Because we are following the time of our hearts. We're going after our own covetousness. Do you understand? We are going after our own ways and are not being obviously understanding what's before our eyes, which is truth. Truth is the most important thing. Is no one bigger than the truth. You understand? So when you see something of this magnitude, if you really look deep into it, if you really understand and absorb what I'm showing you right now, you won't be able to deny this. This is my duty to be able to show you this and completely push this forward with it relentlessly without stopping until you get it. I have to just exhaust this information now, since I brought this out to all of the elders and everybody has not brought this to you. And it's been my duty, but nobody has been able to deny this information that is being revealed to you. Now, what is also unique about this, brothers and sisters, I want you to understand this. If I was to ask you, okay, since you know there's 52 weeks in 1 year, if I was to ask you how many weeks are in 49 years, how would you do this math? Well, you would do this math just like this. You would do this math with 52 times 49. So 52 times 49 will get you 2,448 weeks. Okay, so if I asked you how many weeks are in 49 years, even if you thought that the year was 365 days, you still acknowledge that the weeks of the year is 52. So 52 weeks times 49 years will get you 2,548. Logically so. Now, it just so happens that with 364 days in the year, at the 7th year, 7 times 364 will give you 2,548 days. Just like it's how many weeks it is in 49 years. Now, why is this in a very unique situation that you're looking at? Because this is a mathematical truth that can't be denied using basic math. And where are we reading this from? We're reading this information from the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 4 and verse 8. 2548 is the number that we're reading the scripture from. Even if you read this in the Hebrew Torah, it will come out the same way. 2548. Okay. And so with that, you have 2,548 weeks in a year in 49 years and 2,548 days in 7 years. Brothers and sisters, once you see this message and this understanding, this is so powerful of a revelation for you to really grasp that if you share this and you write this information down and you really look at this with your own eyes, you will see the divine inspiration of the Most High. Because men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. You understand? It's the purest form of truth that can't be denied. I need you to understand this. This is the purest form of truth that can't be denied. Now, I need you to really absorb what you're looking at here on the screen. Write this down. Get a full understanding of this, because no one will be able to deny this. I need you to just really absorb what you're looking at here. No one will be able to deny this, okay? 364 days in a year. This is the truth. This is the proof. Now, it just so happens that this is a breakdown of what you're looking at, okay? So Leviticus 25, verse 4 and 8, once again, 7 Sabbath of years. You have this math comes out just like this. Every 7 years, the number that corresponds with it comes out perfectly in order, 1 through 7. It is all divinely in order. Do you see this? Understanding has never been discovered before, and it is now being discovered and shown to you all. You understand? This is perfect. It's perfect. You must understand how perfect this is. It is completely wrapped up with everything of our existence, and numbers is completely encoded in the scriptures. You understand? Completely encoded in the scriptures. All right. So what the scriptures say in the book of Jubilees: for this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony, and an unclean day, a feast day. And they will confound all the days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy. For they will go wrong as to the months and Sabbaths and feasts and jubilees. For this reason I command and testify to thee, that thou mayest testify to them. For after thy death thy children will disturb them, so that they will not make the year 364 days only. And for this reason they will go wrong as to the new months, the new moons, seasons, and Sabbaths, and festivals. And they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. This is what that scripture is saying. Okay? So what you need to understand is that just simply going off one day of time disrupts us from being able on the Most High's correct time and on his Shabbat time. Just adding one day to the calendar disrupts the order that the Most High has set for the children of Israel specifically. You understand? So when you have Hebrews that follow different forms of the calendar, 360, the Jewish calendar, when they follow the moon, 354, however, whatever order that they follow it. If it's not according to the math of 364, you are off course. This is what this math is here to show you. This math is here for you to understand and accept that the mathematical truth of 364 can't be denied. So for all Hebrews who don't accept the book of Enoch and don't accept the book of Jubilees as canonical books to be read, this math proves different. Until you can show that this math is not perfect, which you can't because I didn't conjure it up for you. You understand? It was given to me from the Creator to show you. And so far, no man can stand against it. I can tell you with absolute confidence. I'm here in the land of Israel. And I've shown our people here in the land. I've shown rabbis here in the land. And everyone goes silent when they see this information being revealed. It's being kept quiet. You understand? Even those who see don't really understand what they're seeing. You must share the importance of what you're looking at when it comes down to this message of 364. All right. The Father said that we would go wrong. He knew that we would go wrong by not following 364. This was a curse given to us. So when you look at all the other sequences that fare with this, if you said it was 360 days in a year, you would get a list of nines and so on and so forth. 365 will start with this particular pattern right here within itself. So how would 365 look? 365 will look on this fashion just like this compared to 364. So as you see at the 7th year, you have 2,555 days, and the number will equal 8. At the 14th year, you will have the number equal 7, and so on and so forth. It will not get you the unique pattern of 1 through 7 like 364 will. This is obvious, simple math. It's not hard. It's not complex at all. It's very simple. You understand? Now, it tells you that there will be those who observe the moon, but we're not going to go into that. We're going to go right into the complex understanding of 4. Because 364 equals 4, right? So since 364 just so happens to equal 4, what does 4 mean? Does 4 have any significance? When I was given this revelation, and I showed it to the first elder that I showed it to, he's saying, hey, oh, that's nice. But he says, what does 4 mean? And at this particular time, I actually didn't have an answer. I had to pray to the Creator and ask him to show me what did 4 mean, if it meant anything in regards to this revelation that he showed me on why 364, when it comes out to 4, it brings you this divine pattern. And what did he show me? He showed me that the foundation of all life and time itself is based on the principles of the number 4. 364 equals 4. Can I ask you a question? If you know the Bible, we tell time by the sun, moon, and stars, right? Okay. So for instance, if we tell time by the sun, moon, and stars, what day was the sun, moon, and stars created on, according to the Bible? Well, in the book of Genesis, the sun, moon, and stars was created on the 4th day. You understand? So the sun, moon, and stars, how we tell time, was created on the 4th day. That means that the first 3 days was before time. You understand? You get that? The first 3 days had to be before time if on the 4th day the sun, moon, and stars was created, which is how we calculate time. So this is the proof that the Bible is already showing that the Father was a time traveler, and he was already in the future going back to the past to let us know how he measured time. When he told you that when he said, let there be light, and that was the first day, well, a first day wasn't defined until the 4th day. So when the 4th day came and it passed, he went back into the past to be able to define his for our understanding how long this time measurement was. Do you understand how complex he is? You understand? He's in the future. We're living in the Most High's past. Once again, we're living in the Most High's past. So what does this number 4 do? And it is the foundation of all time, earth, and mankind. Well, like I said, the sun, moon, and stars was created on the 4th day, right? And each in this year, this full year that we have, has 4 seasons. And according to the book of Enoch, the book of each season has 13 weeks. It is 13 weeks long. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. The moon has 4 phases. Also, the timekeeping sign for the children of Israel just so happens to be the Sabbath, right? And the Sabbath is what commandment out of the 10 commandments? It is the 4th commandment. You understand? This is not by coincidence of all these things that I'm showing you. Time itself is gathered by 4. There are 4 Hebrew letters that spell out the name of the Most High. He could have used any amount of letters. He could have used any way to formulate these letters. But he used 4 that we all are familiar with, right? The king, the progenitor of the king tribes of Judah, of the king tribes of Israel, is the son Judah. And what order was he born out of the 12 sons? Judah was the 4th born. He is the 4th born son, and you also have many examples: 40 days, 40 nights with the flood. The nation spent 40 years in the wilderness, 400 years of captivity in Egypt and in America, so on and so forth. The last book of the Old Testament is the book of Malachi, which has 4 chapters, and the New Testament is the book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible. It has 22 chapters. That is 4. You understand? So these are examples of the 4 being present in whole existence of 364 being relevant. The emerald. The emerald is the priest plate. It is the gemstone that represents the tribe of Judah on the 12 tribe priest plate. You understand? So this priest plate that I happen to have around my neck, you understand, the 4th stone represents the tribe of Judah, which is the 4th born. And let me show you something very unique about the emerald stone. Well, it just so happens that not only is the emerald stone connected to the 4th tribe, which is Judah, but the emerald itself is a mineral that derives from beryl, and beryl derives from the 4th element on the periodic time chart, beryllium. So all the way down to its basic fundamental principle, the emerald itself breaks down to the 4th element, beryllium. 4. All the way down to the core, you have 4. You understand? And understand that as I'm showing you all of this, none of this can make any sense with any other number that you use. None of this can make any sense with any other mathematical number that you use for how many days there are in a year. Only 364 can make sense of all of this. Only 364 equals 4, along with the pattern that has been shown. So this is unique to itself, that the priest plate, which is having subscribed to it for the tribe of Judah, the 4th stone, it comes from the 4th element, beryllium. Okay. Now let's go into some science. Let's go into the understanding of the science of the body and how the body is made up based off on principles of the number 4. You understand, these are basic sciences, and these are legitimate sciences that can't be denied, that are based off the number 4. You understand? This can't be ignored once you really see the true understanding of this. So 4s in the Bible, 4s in science. How does this go? You have 4 molecules of the human DNA. Here it is. 4 molecules make up the human genetic instructions for all known organisms. For all known organisms, you have 4 molecules for DNA. Do you understand? 4. That's genetically coded in many different ways, but 4. This is how the Most High created things in the science of the body. So this is what it is. These are the 4, and even with RNA, which is a single cell strand of DNA, 4 molecules make up this principle. There are 4 major components of an atom. You understand? 4 major components. You learn this in school, right? You learn this in school. There's a nucleus, proton, neutron, and electron. The 4 major components of an atom. And they say that all life comes from atoms, right? Well, if the Most High created all things and all life comes from an atom, scientifically, then it's based around the number 4, just as much as the DNA in your body is based on the principle number 4. You understand? Only 364 can make all of this make sense. It's all tied together. The parts of the brain. We are all human beings, right? Every human being has 4 parts to their brain. You understand? You have 4 parts to your brain, every human being. You understand? If you're a natural functioning human being, the Creator has created you with the mathematical principle of 4 parts to your brain. He could have did 2 parts. He could have just made you one whole brain. You understand? He could have made 3 parts if he wanted to, but he mathematically tailored it to 4. This is all by divine reason. We have a heart. All human beings have a heart, right? Well, it just so happened that your heart has 4 chambers where the blood can only go in through one direction. You understand? So therefore, it is mathematically tailored to be according to these 4 chambers, going in one direction, flowing throughout your body. You understand? This is very important for you to understand. Yes, please. If you understand that the year is 364, once again, just type it in the comment section. I appreciate it, and share this message as well as I continue to go forth. You have 4 parts to your heart. This is a very important organ that you have. So I've already showed you the brain and the heart are tailored to have 4 parts in them. You understand? All of these 4s, once again, can only be made sense with 364, which equals 4. No other mathematical number for the days in a year come out to such. Blood. There are 4 major blood groups, right? It's 4 categories of blood if you're a natural human being. The Creator just so happens to create 4 different blood types on this earth. He could have created 1 blood. He could have created 2. However many he chose. He chose 4 specifically natural human blood types to distinguish mankind on this planet. The number 4 was used. No other number is for these principles that I'm showing you here. It's very uniquely that you understand what I'm revealing to you right now, mathematically, has never been put together and compared to this extent. Now, you have in the book of Enoch also letting you know that there's 18 parts in a day, right? So when it tells you that equal parts night and day, 9 parts night, 9 parts day, that's telling you that the full day is 18 parts, not 24. Now, for those who even acknowledge that the year is 364 days, a lot of our teachers haven't emphasized that the time that we're using still cannot be used according to 300, cannot be used according to 24 hours. You understand? We can't acknowledge that the year is 364 and then overlook the fact that it said 9 parts night and 9 parts day, which gives you 18, not 24. So that means you have to break down the mathematical principle of time, which lets you know that the Hebrew hours are according to 18 parts in a day, not 24 hours in a day. This mathematically is a difference, because that would mean that our hour as Hebrews would be 80 minutes long, not 60 minutes long. Why is this important to be able to understand? Because we know that most Hebrew, black people, what we're called, are always late to go to any type of function or anything, right? So imagine if you knew that your clock was 20 minutes added to that, then that 20 minutes that we're usually late, we would naturally be on time, right? That would change our genetic biological makeup and how we actually operate within a day, which will make us a lot more healthier than how we move throughout the day, a lot more faster using their clock and their time. This is what we must fully understand with the deception of time. We must rectify this lie that has been given to us since we were born. We must not overlook it. We must not just surpass it. We must pay full attention to this lie that has been given to us for all this time. You understand? Now, this is their own little demonstration of a 24-hour day. But notice, if you count these little prongs, if you count all these prongs that have a time on it to represent a 24-hour day, you actually count 18. So they will tell you right in your face that they know the truth, that the breaking down of a day is broken down into 18 parts, but they have this demonstrated on a 24-hour chart. So they think they're slick all the time, but their ways are being uncovered as we speak. So how many days are in a year? 364. And how many weeks are in a year? 52. 5 plus 2 equals 7. That is the most high number of completion once again. So when you see what you're looking at here, 364 days in a year, 3 plus 6 plus 4 equals 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. That is the digital root for 364. That's how you get 4 to be completely in sync with everything that I've just showed you scientifically, biblically, and all of this. Nothing can compare to this understanding that I'm showing to you when it comes down to mathematical sequences connected with the Bible. Never seen before, never will be heard from anyone like this, because the Most High sent this to me. I didn't create this. It was sent to me, brothers and sisters, and I was sent here into this land also to reveal this information to our people and all the rest of those who will listen to the truth. This is my job. So with this, let's go back so you can see this pattern once again. Cool. All right. This is the pattern. Okay. So this is the mathematical sequence that I need you all to take the time to write down. And once you write this down and you see with your own eyes what you're looking at, that when you count from 1 to 49 on a piece of paper and you use 364, these numbers, when you add them up, will come in this order. No human being could have manipulated or created this to happen like this. This is why you need to see this with your own eyes. You need to see how important this is, that the Creator put this way. You understand? And he did not allow man to be able to tamper or touch the situation. This is perfect. If you just write this information down, you will see how perfect this is. If you just copy this for yourself and break this down, I will need you to share this information with everyone that you can. You understand? This is the most important thing to understand in these divine times, so we can stop battling against each other, so we can stop disagreeing with one another, and we can get on one accord with at least the foundation of truth. You understand? Let's stop following after our own ways. Let's stop looking at the person, you understand, and trying to find things that we don't like about a particular person or whatever you want to see. But let's have an eye open ear. You need to have an ear, let them hear the truth. You understand? And let that be the judge. Because this right here, brothers and sisters, is something extraordinary, completely powerful, that can't be denied. You must understand this. And with the sequence of 364 and how it comes out like this in this divine numerical pattern, and 364 equaling 4, this is why you get all of these 4s. Now I'm gonna go into another session with breaking down the heart and the time and the moon itself. Because when it comes down to these things, look at this. Understand? These are science principles. Science principles. You understand? When the Creator gave me this information on November 4th, 2016, I couldn't sleep for 7 days. And then he told me to just start writing this down start writing it down so I wouldn't forget. I started recording this information like our ancients did in the past. And so, as you can see, this is back from 2016, and on November 4th, 2016, I started to write relentlessly, page after page, writing down all of this information that he put inside my brain that I did not come up with on my own. You understand? The full breakdown of these mathematical sequences. And I also went and got it notarized to show that this was information that can't be taken from anyone, but it came from me, and can nobody take this credit for this information that I'm showing to you. You understand? I just completely relentlessly continued to write all of these discoveries down on paper and record all this information, which I still need help with bringing forth and producing and mass copies for everyone to be able to get a copy of this to see for themselves versus me just showing you online. Here's another image that I had, put a notary to show that this is the mathematical pattern of all the different sequences that came out that was discovered from this understanding. You understand? So, and when it comes down to the moon, right? In the book of Enoch tells you about the moon and how it operates and how it has a cycle of 3, 5, and 8 years. And so with 3, 5, and 8 years, when it comes down to the moon, right? It just so happens that this is why we can't follow the moon, because it will knock you off the course of 364 days. It comes in 10 days too soon. It doesn't have a count of 364 days. So therefore, when the moon comes in every year, for every month, the moon has a cycle of 3, 5, and 8 years. So as an example, for March, this is March 2021, right? In the first week of March coming up, you will have a third quarter of a moon in the first week of March coming up. You understand? And the second week, it'll be a new moon. The third week, it'll be a first quarter moon. And in the fourth week, it'll be a full moon. Now in 2022, that pattern I just showed you is going to be a third quarter next month on the first week of March, right? Now that third quarter won't appear again until another 3 years from now. So in 2024 is when you're going to get that in March, on the first week of March, it will be a third quarter moon again. So next year on 2022, the moon on the first week of March will be a new moon. You understand? It will have a different course. It will have a different pattern. And that new moon will not appear again in that particular pattern until 2025, 5 years later. You understand? Until the complete cycle of 8 years of the moon completely goes through its phases. It takes 8 years for the moon to go through a full phase. It takes 8 years. And the phases repeat themselves every 3 and 5 years. This is a pattern that I must be able to show everyone so you can see how this operates, so we can stop making a mistake by following the moon and chasing the moon to keep track with the Shabbat. The Sabbath is 100. It's perfect 52 Sabbaths in a week, in a weekly counting of the year. You understand? So it's 52 weeks in a year. It's 7 days in a week. So that means there's 52 perfect Shabbats in 364 days. You don't mix up the Shabbat and have it jumping around every month at a different time. It only shifts once a year using the 365-day calendar. But once we get rid of that calendar, the Shabbat will never change. It will always stay the same. It will not move. Just as much as when you are born, on the day that you're born and the date that you're born on, it will not change. I was born on a Sunday on May 29th. You understand? But when my birthday comes around, it's not always on a Sunday, but my birthday is May 29th. So when my birthday falls on a Wednesday, is it still not my birthday? Well, I have to acknowledge it as my birthday because it's May 29th. But I wasn't born on a Wednesday. So why did that happen? If you had a 364-day calendar, every year on the exact day you were born, the date and day that you were born will fall exactly the same every year. So my birthday every year is supposed to fall on a Sunday if time was correct. And all of those who are born on a leap year and who don't see their birthday until 4 years, on the 364 calendar, you will have a birthday every year. You understand? This is a complete distortion of time that has been given. And with this mathematical revelation, it can solve a lot of understandings that we are mistakenly not getting. So with that being said, this is a brief understanding of this mathematical revelation that I have shown to you. If you appreciate this information, if you truly understand this information and you really get what I'm showing and revealing to you, and you take the time and the patience to write down this information, you will be able to see with your own eyes something very incredible that no one can deny. I would ask that you support this mission and this ministry that I'm giving you, so I can be able to produce this information in a major form, in mass production, so I can send it out to the people and send it out to everyone in many different forms and copies. I would like to be able to get out this message. I would like for you to share this message and this information and come into agreement that this is the true time of the Most High. 364. Whenever you see this video, for all those who are watching this video, if you have full understanding of what I've showed you, comment 364. You understand? Let it be understood. 364 is the time schedule that we should be on. And from this point forward, I'm going to completely be reiterating this understanding and showing you more math that's in the scriptures that unveils the uniqueness of the Father. Cajun point with the fours, all the fours that I showed you, when it comes down to Yeshua in the Bible. The New Testament starts off with the four gospels of his story. You understand? That's a mathematical uniqueness. When he walked around with 12 disciples and himself. That means 13 people walked around in that presence of time. That's 13. That's 4. When it comes down to the 12 tribes of Israel, you had the 12 tribes of Israel and you had the Levites, who were not considered a tribe, but nevertheless was a tribe of themselves within the tribes of Israel. So you had the 12 tribes of Israel and you had the Levites. That's 13 altogether. So at all given times, you have 13, which showing you 4. It all lines up to 4. 4 is also cousin. It just sistered with 7. You understand? So much so. Now, let me see if I can get this for you like this. So much so that if I was to get the pattern and show you something, let me show you how this looks. Okay. Now, watch this. Watch this. With 4, if you look at the 4th year, the number of days that add up for the 4th year equals 7. At the 13th year, 1 plus 3 equals 4. The number of days for 13 years equals 7. At the 22nd year, which is 4, the number of days for that year equals 7. The 31st year, which equals 4, the number of days for that year equals 7. The 40th year, which is 4, number of days for that year equals 7. And the 49th year, the number of days for that year equals 7. So do you see right across your screen how every year that equals 4, the number of days for that year equals 7. You understand? They go hand in hand as a divine connection. It's so many different connections and so many different powerful understandings that I can show you with this. But I had to get this out to you the best way I could because my videos get interrupted. And so I'm going to be giving this out to you better and better as the time goes on, as you support this message, and I'm able to produce this information in a better form and a better fashion for you all. You understand? This will shake up some things. You understand? This will shake up a lot of different doctrines that have been put into our people's ears and are letting people just follow blindly to what people say. I have not looked for any power. I haven't started a congregation. You understand? I haven't looked for anything. I haven't asked for anything from anyone all this time for those who have followed on my journey. You understand? All I've been doing is giving myself to you all and moving on the court of the Most High and allowing him to use me to completely open up more and more doors of doing different things. But my job is not finished with showing you this message. You see, when I showed it to the different camps and I showed it to the elders and they all understood and they all agreed that this was the truth, I thought I would leave it up to them to be able to tell their congregation and everybody, oh, look, this brother has came, not even point out to me, but to show our people the uniqueness of this map that has been revealed to them that the leaders have not denied. Your leaders have seen this information, brothers and sisters, and they have not denied it. They can't deny it, but they haven't told you that they've seen this information. You understand? I have them on record. I have them on my page. I have pictures with a lot of these elders. You understand? So everybody you see me in the picture with has heard this information. You understand? Everybody on my page, any Hebrew camp that you've seen me in the presence of, they have heard and seen this information, and none have been able to deny it. But are they telling this to you? Are they giving you the opportunity to make your own choice and your own decision on this particular matter? No. So it is my duty and my job to completely continue to tell you the importance of what you're looking at. You understand? The importance of what you're looking at can band us together, and we can at least do one thing: get rid of all of these other mathematical calendars that is not according to 364. That is the first start. And as a people, come together and acknowledge something so simple as time. Let's get back on time. What time is it? We're in judgment time. And if you don't know what to be looking for in this time, if you don't know how to be on accord, then you can miss some of the more minute details that's right in front of your eyes. Some of the simplest things that's right in front of your eyes, you can just overlook. You understand? We stay trying to look at a lot of big pictures, but we be missing the small, minute details. And we pay attention to what I've showed you. You understand? There should be a unanimous consensus that the year math is 364. This is not something that's up for debate. This is not something that you have the choice to be able to actually choose if you want to side with it. Now, once your eyes see it, you can't deny it. I'm not trying to just tell you can't deny it. Once your eyes see what you're looking at, you can't deny it. So then what do? You understand? All I ask for you is to share this message. Take it serious. And then we can start to come together. And then every week we can come together for all those who take it serious, and we can have lessons. And I'll do lessons for us all once and for all. You understand that we can start banding together under one body and one sound. Not for me to be a leader over anyone, because I believe in the Hamashiach, Yeshua, the son that was sent. You understand? So best believe nobody can fill those shoes. Nobody can fill those shoes. You understand? If you don't believe in him, then go ahead and believe in reincarnation or whatever you may have you when it comes down to dying. But there's nobody on this planet or in history that has died and came back to life to show proof that the power of the glory, there is an unseen hand that can reanimate the soul of a human being and put them back on their ground, on foot, after they have passed away, from what we understand. That example has been proven through the one who we call the Hamashiach. You understand? So believing in him is believing in life. You understand? Believing in him is believing that the Father had the ability to be able to do that he had the intention, good intention to do such a thing. That's why believing in him brings you life. You understand? When you believe in Christ, you understand, it brings you life. Because you believe that you can't go to the Father and believe in the Father if you don't believe in him. Why? Because you don't believe in the works that the Father is capable of doing. That's what you don't understand. You looking for something more divine than when something is being shown right in front of your face. It's not good enough for you. You understand? You'd rather, write it off. So it was hard for the people at that time to accept who he was when he came into this earth and did what he did. You understand? It was hard for people to grasp it, but that's why the scriptures say, better is the ones who believe without seeing. That's what time we're in. You have to have faith. You understand? You have to believe without seeing some things, but you have to practice that faith. You understand? For all those who exhaust their time trying to disprove the Bible, you're wasting time, because the real knowledge and the wisdom is you haven't really practiced it. You haven't really practically shown to yourself approve of the knowledge that you're trying to go against. So if you go through the book and you're trying to look for all the different contradictions, you're not going into it with the spirit of trying to understand. In order for you to believe the Father is real, you must first believe in your heart that he's real. Then he will reveal to you your secrets that you need to see to come closer to him. Do you understand? This is how important it is. So brothers and sisters, once again, I want you to see that this is the mathematical revelation. It is not a small thing. It's not a light thing at all that you should be able to understand what this is that you're looking at. It is a very big thing that you understand. That if you was to write this down, you understand. Once again, and you fully absorb this and you go back to this when you got the time, you look at this video, I need you to say 364. Let that be the understanding. Let that be the voice at this particular time on my page and on my platform as I give forth this knowledge and information to you and the different sciences that I will bring out to you. And I will start to bring out more information on what's going on in the world and the prophetic times at hand. And you need to know what's going on in Israel. You need to know what my experiences has been with the different nations that I have been amongst. You understand? There's a lot of various things that you must understand. There's a lot of places I want to be able to go here in Israel to show you what's happening here. I want to video record these things for you so you can witness this with your own eyes. You understand? As well as I'm seeing it with my own eyes and I'm able to report as a watcher of these things. It's important that you understand what's going on. So my time must be freed up more for me to be able to do this. I need to be able to do this diligently and faithfully. And I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do that up until this point. But now that time is at hand. So this video hasn't been interrupted. All praise be to the Most High. I thank all those who was present watching this. And I thank all those who will watch this in later on in their time that they're available. But when you do watch this message, share this message. Type in the comment 364 when you see this message. Show this to your elders. Show this to your teachers. Show this to the teachers in schools and in the curriculum department. And that's another thing I want to point out. With this whole virus and this whole corona situation going on, what about the children? What about the children that are not being able to go to school right now? This is damaging them to not be able to go to school. Do you understand this? When we were in school, we didn't have to go through a situation like this where we didn't have to be in school for a year and a half plus time that we wasn't able to report to a classroom. And then we had to start teaching our children how to learn on computer online. We don't know what that feel like. You understand? But that's actually bringing a depression upon children. You understand? That's actually bringing a depression upon children. You understand? And therefore, they're not able to really function and learn. And the powers that be are doing that on purpose to lose their attention and actually desiring to learn because they know what's going on right now. They know that the children of Israel are waking up all around the world, and this is being spread in classrooms. You understand? So they need to separate people from in classrooms because there's too much awakening going on. And so therefore, they have you believing and buying into this situation that they have called COVID. At first, it was called Corona, but now they're just calling it the COVID. What does COVID mean? You understand? And they have you wearing this mask, and it does nothing to stop you from any sicknesses. And when you walk into these hospitals, you don't see a panic. But as long as they can make you wear that mask on your face, they can have time to plot something against you behind your back. This means that you have to still apply to the system. They can't completely force you to get a vaccine, but they can tell you that you can get a ticket or something if you got your mask off. So that's just the start of them showing that if you obey that part, then you'll be waiting in line for something else that they tell you that you have to do for the sake of, even when you know it doesn't make sense. Even when you know it doesn't make sense to continue wearing this mask on your face every day, all day, all the way up to the top of your nose. When it's feeling great outside and the sun is shining and everything is all good, but you're walking down the street with a mask on to the top of your nose. They brought this upon us. And if we don't stand for truth and all the different truths that's being pulled forth in the divine time and this judgment time, then we're going to fall short. I pray, brothers and sisters, that you listen to this message. I truly pray that you listen to this message. And I will continue to come forth with this message until you fully understand it, until you really with me on this and you really see how important this is. Don't let me have to line up a bunch of Gentiles on each side of me for them to be proclaiming our truth. Don't let other people in other nations take credit for something, you know what I'm saying, that we should have been able to grasp with our own understanding because we're the chosen. Don't let other people take hold of this information and make it dear to their heart when this information was for us. Please, brothers and sisters, don't overlook this information that I'm revealing to you. Take it serious. Take it serious. I've sacrificed my whole life. I left everything behind, all the material things behind, all the nice fancy cars and clothes and all that stuff. I left it all behind. You understand? I left it all behind to come here to show this truth, to dedicate my life to truth. I fell short. The Bible says a righteous man falls several times and riseth again. I'm not perfect. I hadn't been perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've been perfect. But I seek for perfection. I seek for correction in my life. Every time I do wrong, I open up the book and start to read and find out how I can correct myself. And I ask for repentance from the Father. But he's even though he's long suffering, he gets weary from us continuously asking for repentance. We must follow truth. We must see the truth, know the truth, and follow truth. We cannot play both sides because the judgment is going to be set before us. And we won't have any excuses in front of the Father to say that we didn't know. Because all he's going to do is read from the book. And the book is, you're going to be saying, well, where was that written at? It was written right there. You understand? It was written right there. My instructions was written right there. So when it comes down to judgment, one thing for sure that the Father is not going to allow us to do is to say that we didn't know. That's for sure. He's going to make it clear to us, oh, you knew. You knew my truth. You knew my word, and you chose not to follow it. That's always been a problem for the children of Israel. We have chosen not to follow the Father's truth. And what is the Father's truth? This right here. This is part of the Father's truth right here. This mathematical discovery right here. That if you know what time it is, you will say 364. You understand? Don't give vainglory to these other people out here who don't believe in the Father. Don't go following after knowledge because it just sounds good. Check it. You have the ability to check it for yourself. Don't just listen to me. That's why I tell you what I show you and what I reveal to you. Write it down. Because if you do this, it will go well with you. You won't just be listening to me, but you'll be understanding and you'll be seeing for your own eyes. You understand? So, whatever I missed in this presentation, I will look and I will go over in more presentations as I continuously break down what you need to understand. So feel free to write questions that you want to know in the comment section. But most importantly, if you see this message and you watch this video from the beginning all the way to the end, once again, type 364 so that all those who do come onto this page and all those who do see this message and all those who do take the time to really analyze what I just showed you here, 364. That's what I need you to do. You understand? So with that being said, once again, I'll take you out to, that is the math. This is the heartbeat. And we're just going to go ahead and zoom that out. Let me see. This is the breakdown of a full year right here. So I have all of this information put down. I just need to put it together in a format where that I can put it in a booklet and I can get it out to you all. You understand? I need to get this information out to you. I need help to put this in mass production and put it in a nice professional booklet that I can mail out to everyone so everybody can have their own copy of all of this mathematical information that you can see with your own eyes and you can hold as a weapon. You can show this to anybody. You understand? And they won't be able to deny it. I promise you, they won't be able to deny it. So I really need to get this into the hands of everybody who can see this truth. So if you would like to support my ministry, I would really appreciate you do such. You understand? This is the first time I'm asking anyone to support my ministry because at this particular point in time, this needs to be in mass production. This needs to be in mass production, family. You want a copy of this information, please let me know. I would be happy to send it to you. Spread the word. Please understand that the time is at hand. There's no more time to wait. There's no more time to play games. You understand? There's no more time to play games. So right here in the land of Israel, I'm going to continue to show you the equal parts night and day. The equal parts night and day is what dictates the end of the year. That is the last Shabbat of the year. And the very next day following that shows you the start of a new year. The new year is in March. It always will be in March. The new year is in March. It's not in January 1st. You understand how we've always been celebrating, the Gentiles calendar and time. We're following the year according to January 1st. This is not that time. So the true time is when the new year comes in, is when new life starts to grow on this earth. Then the flowers and everything start to grow green again. This is the sign of the new year. And it is equal parts night and day that shows the last Shabbat of the year, of the 52 weeks in a year. You understand? So with that being said, brothers and sisters, I have more to show you. I'm going to let you digest this information that I've given. Please go back and rewind and fast forward as you may. Take down what I showed you, write it down and copy it for what I did show you until I'm able to get it in mass production, this actual booklet, so you all can have. You understand? So with that being said, I thank you all for participating, sharing the message. All praise be to the Most High. May you all be blessed. Hallelujah.